Hello and good afternoon. Welcome once again to our PCA Live 3 at 3. We got a really cool show today to introduce you to a new brand that we're really excited to introduce you to. And this is something that Christine has been talking about for a while. So Christine today is going to be leading the conversation. And so I'm really excited to listen to her conversation and to listen to her insights into this. So with that, I'm going to bring up Christine Morgan and let her introduce the guests today.
Hi, everyone. Hey,
Christine, how are you?
Good to see you.
Good to see you too. Well, I see you're smoking something very delicious, and so I'm going to go ahead and let you introduce the guests for today.
All right, thanks, Scott. So today we're very fortunate to have two wonderful women from El Septimo Cigars. So we have Nina Donia and Alex Yunin. If I said it wrong, I apologize. Joining us today to tell us a little bit about their company. They're making a humongous splash in the industry and really active. And they have some fantastic cigars, which I am smoking one of theirs now, the Paris. You guys can see it. I'm really bad at this. It's very good. Hi, Alan, one of our avid listeners is in today, so I had to give him a shout out. So with that, Nina and Alex, please tell us a little bit about yourselves and the company.
Hi. Alrighty. I'm Nina Donia, and I've been with the company for over a year or two. And the company mostly in full is Yoning Company, and it's a private equity company, and El Septimo is a branch within that business. And we are always looking for something new and something exciting that we can learn something about. And, you know, the cigar industry was one of those. It has such depth and such vocabulary and just such a presence in the world right now that we really wanted to get a part of that. So we had thought of buying El Septimo, and we researched a couple other different companies, but this one really just stood out to us with the name and the colors and the blends. So we decided to go with it. And Alex and I are part of the social media and marketing aspect for El Septimo mostly.
Yeah, so my father, Zaya Yonin, he owns Yonin Company. So I work for my father, and he just loves luxury everything. You know, he is a collector. He loves luxury hobbies, which is what we describe El Septimo. It's, you know, a lifestyle, sitting outside on a Saturday and enjoying a cigar with your coffee and with loved ones and friends. So we went to Paris one year, and he tried an El Septimo and he loved it. And when we came home, he just could not smoke another cigar. He was just set on El Septimo. And at the time, El Septimo was very exclusive, where it was only available in very select parts of Europe. So it was very exclusive. It was super prestigious and hard to get. So his goal was to purchase the company and bring it to the US. So now people can buy it worldwide. It's available globally on our website, and then in various parts of the world with different retailers. So basically he couldn't smoke anything else after El Septimo. And then the name El Septimo, so it derives from Latin for exploring your seventh sense, which is we kind of say is the tagline of El Septimo. So it's kind of a combination of everything, you know, your smell, your taste buds. So it just, every time you smoke an El Septimo, we just take you on a journey, a full experience. And also we like to say that on the seventh day after God created everything, he rested and enjoyed his work. So we like to say that on the seventh day, enjoy an El Septimo and relax.
Yeah. I like to think that he had a cigar afterward, just sat back and looked.
Exactly.
Yeah. I love that. I love like that experience, you know, and that is a huge theme in this industry. Like, it is all about the experience, the full sensory experience. Now, it's not just about you know, tasting the cigar and like smelling the cigar. That obviously that's the most important piece of smoking a cigar, but it's the people you're around and having those few moments in a day where you can experience that luxury. You know, like you're going after, you know, George Burns, when he was really young, he said he started smoking cigars when he was so young because he saw successful men walking down the street, and he started because he felt like he looked like he made it, you know. So when you're smoking a cigar and having that, you know, moments hour and a half where you can just sit back and relax. Like that really caters to the experience. So I love that. I like how your dad just couldn't smoke anything else too. Now I'm smoking the Paris right now. So can you tell us a little bit about this cigar? Sorry, my earbuds won't stay in my head.
No.
Yeah, go ahead.
Do you want to go?
Yeah, so we can split it. But so we have a few different collections. So just quick brief is that we have over 40 different blends. So that's one of the things that makes El Septimo so different is, you know, we offer something for everybody, whether you like something full-bodied or medium-bodied, you want a 20-minute smoke or a 3-hour smoke. Have a huge variety. And we have different collections. So we have a diamond collection, a Lexus collection, travel time, Alexandria collection, which was named after me, and our new collection, which is the Gilgamesh collection. So the Paris is part of our travel time collection, which we created to just give homage to, you know, some of the most famous cities in the world. So we have a Paris, we have a New York, and we have a Lebanon cigar part of that collection. And the Paris is actually one of our best sellers. People love it. Great. Do you want to talk more about it? That's one of your favorites.
Oh, yeah. So I like the Paris a lot. It's more of a mild strength. So it's really good for, you know, a beginner who is looking for a cigar that isn't too strong. And the build of it is not too scary. You know, a lot of our cigars range in size and gauge width, which sometimes scares new beginners smoking. You know, they don't want to put a huge cigar in their mouth or anything. So this is a really good cigar to start out with if this is your first time. And just the blend of the cigar and the flavors that you get while you're smoking it is really, really nice. And it allows that customer to know, like, okay, this is an amazing cigar. I got to get another one. I got to try a different blend, you know. And that's the beauty of El Septimo. Like, none of our cigars are the same. Each one is specifically different to the next, you know. So tried one, you have to try all of them, you know.
And then the Paris is known for having a super oily, dark wrapper. It's 5-year aged tobacco. So our cigars range from 5 up to 15 years. Yeah. So that's another thing that we do is we really age our tobacco the proper amount of time to just pull out all those flavors and give the wrapper a nice oily sheen. So that's just one of our blends, but we have over 40. Yeah.
Oh, wow. And this, like, about this cigar, it is very well balanced, but it has a lot of good flavor. It's burning really
and that's
nicely
the
too.
key to our cigars. You know, we don't want to overpower your palate. You want to excite it, but we want those flavors to blend together and actually make sense within your mouth. You know, this is an experience. You get, you know, you're not only just looking at the cigar, you're tasting it, you're smelling it, you know. So we want to put it all together and make it fit into one.
Yeah, no, thank you guys for sending these to me. Everything I've smoked so far has been great. Last night I went for a walk. I went for a walk in the rain, actually, with my little umbrella, having a cigar. It was the one with the blue bands.
Okay.
That you said, I can't remember.
Armorifico.
Yeah, that was a great, like, nighttime rain smoke. I really enjoyed that. So where's your tobacco from? I know you said you have them aged 5, 10, 15 years, but where do you get your tobacco from?
Do you want to talk about the plantation and everything?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Our tobacco is our cigars are 100% Costa Rican puros. So they are planted, grown, and rolled within Costa Rica. And then we have a headquarters in Geneva where we'll transport those cigars for quality checking and assurance. And then we go ahead and distribute those cigars out to our different locations that we're at. Or, you know, we have an online store where people can also access all of our retail globally where they can get those. But we mainly chose San Jose, Costa Rica. This was before we started the company, but when El Septimo started, they really, you know, wanted to research soil and the region and the climate, because that's very important to the tobacco leaf. You know, you want the correct nutrients, you want the correct minerals, you don't want any, you know, added preservatives or anything in your flavor in your cigar. And we really wanted to stay true to that. And so they did a lot of research and they came up with, you know, Costa Rica has a very rich soil that has a lot of elements and minerals in it, and not a lot of people go there because it is a little bit more expensive to grow your tobacco there. But, you know, if you're going to have the best, you want to start with the best. So what's better than start with the best soil, you know?
Absolutely. It all comes down to that. And that's why, you know, people now, back in the day, rotate crops. They give the soil that chance to recuperate and have those nutrients back in the soil. But God, I can't get over how good this cigar is. I'm sorry. It's really
No, don't be sorry. We love hearing that. We love hearing that. So we want to hear that.
Yeah.
A lot of our customers never want to put their cigars down. So
right. No, let's see if I can make it through this, like, without talking out my cigar and having to relight it, because that's usually what I do, talk them out. So how do you guys go about your quality control? What is that process like? Since you brought it up. Always curious.
So our cigars, as she said, everything is done in Costa Rica, and then everything is shipped to our other headquarters in Geneva, Switzerland. So all of our packaging is Swiss and French made. And we have people just inspecting the cigars and then packaging the cigars in proper humidification. We have cedar chips placed in each box so that, you know, humidity is retained and all of that. But once it leaves Geneva, everything is hand inspected. You know, we like to say that our cigars go through 200 hands before it's in your hand to enjoy, because, you know, we literally have people at every stage checking and inspecting. And just to go into a little more detail about our plantation, the reason why Costa Rica is such a good location to grow our tobacco is because, first, the soil. So our soil is at 6,500 feet above the sea level, close to the sun. And Costa Rica is known for being close to the equator with that humid tropical climate, which is really great for, you know, retaining oil in the tobacco and darkening the leaf. Some of the benefits. And then another thing that we do in our plantation is we solely use rain irrigation. So irrigation has a ton of benefits. There's carbon dioxide in the rainwater, which is really great for our cigars. It introduces minerals to the soil that you can't get naturally, such as zinc and magnesium, copper and iron, which are all essential to plant growth. Just provides a lot of oxygen and basically prevents overwatering and rotting your crops from overwatering. We do precision farming at our plantation, which basically just facilitates optimal vine growth. So, you know, we just have people at every stage inspecting every single part of the process, from growing the tobacco to curing to fermenting to aging. So yeah, I like to say that it goes through hundreds of hands before it's in your hands.
Right.
And then we also have our lounge in Geneva. So if you're ever in Geneva, you can actually go to our lounge and sit, enjoy an El Septimo, and you know, have a meal or have coffee or a drink.
Yeah, I think PCA needs to make a field trip.
Right. And we have a couple other lounges based in France and Portugal. Our hotels that are part of our Le Grand Maison Union Collection hotel group. And those are a full experience, like all around lounge. You know, you get your drink, you get your snacks. We even have in the ceiling, we have retractable windows so that the smoke can go out.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So, and we have fully stored humidors holding all blends of our cigars, and you can purchase some within the lounges there. So we want to just create that full experience, that luxury lifestyle, really, that just brings people together, and, you know, that they can really experience and explore and sense, like we love to say.
So I just heard about the Geneva Lounge. I just wanted to jump in. You know, I still live there. I was telling you about this before we said the broadcast. Where in Geneva is the lounge?
It's
Oh, did I stump you?
no, I just don't want to butcher the pronunciation.
Right, yeah.
But it's on 8th Avenue in Geneva. So I'm not sure. I personally have never been there, but it's Rue de Rive and then the number 8. So 8th Avenue.
Where that's at?
Yeah, I've never been. I would love to go, but I've been to the plantation in Costa Rica, which was really cool.
Oh wow.
Yeah, I'd love to go down and see the operation on there too. That's
Yeah.
good. Yeah, sorry, I just wanted to jump in just for the mere fact
No,
that I wanted to know
No,
where
of
that.
course.
He's probably our most well-traveled person at PCA. So love that he knows. I have no idea. I would love to go. Maybe when all this like coronavirus stuff is over.
Mm-hmm.
Probably take me a while to feel
Everyone
okay to
can just
travel.
take a field trip.
Right, exactly. Yeah, please. So I know one of your cigars, when we talked, you have one that is geared towards a women's palate and a women's experience. So tell me a little bit about that brand and why you decided to go that route.
Yeah. So after acquiring the company, my father would get a ton of messages from women who love smoking and just were kind of intimidated by the industry because it is male-dominated industry, and it's kind of intimidating to start. Like, where do I start? What cigar is a good one? What kind of cigar? So he would get a lot of women asking him for, advice on this. So he decided to create a women's line, and he named it after me. So it's called the Alexandra Collection. And so there's 2 blends. There's the Maryland and the Cocoa. And a lot of people initially thought like, oh, I'm a woman smoker and I can smoke a full-bodied cigar. Are you making it more mild for me to handle? And that was not the case at all. Basically, we did a ton of research and we did various stages of clinical trials where we learned that women have different sensory receptors than men. They're able to detect taste and smells at 11 magnitudes lower than men. So it wasn't just you can't handle a strong smoke, because one of the blends in the line is actually stronger. And side note, a lot of men actually enjoy the blends. It's not just women, so we have men all the time buying them. But basically, there's over 3 million women in the US alone who love to smoke that identify as women smokers. And so we basically just tested all of their receptors and at what level the aroma was pleasant and the combustion was pleasant for them. And we created 2 blends that fit their preferences on that. And all of our cigars have a point system where we rate the strength and aroma from 1 to 5. So we have one that's a 3 out of 5 and then another one that's a 4 out of 5. So it's not that they're super mild necessarily, but we just created a perfect blend that, fit their palates and where it reached the threshold of, I guess, like a pleasant experience in every factor, if that makes sense. So we did a ton of research and it launched last year, and we actually I'll show them to you. So this is the Maryland.
Oh, pretty.
So they're really pretty.
Yeah.
And then that's the Cocoa.
Oh, I love it.
Yeah.
They're beautiful.
Yeah, they're really good. So the Maryland is one of my favorites. It's really good. It has a lot of hints of like nutmeg, buttery texture, sheen, like super tasty. So this is one of my.
I'm gonna have to locate some of those
and
give them a try. It is interesting though, because personally I know a lot more women that prefer like complexity over strength. Me being one of them. Give me all those flavors. It doesn't necessarily have to be strong. I don't want to be like knocked on my butt by a cigar. I want that whole flavor experience. And it is, you brought up a really good point about being a female cigar smoker. It is really intimidating. I've been smoking cigars for, almost 16 years now. And I wanted to smoke for 2 years prior. I talked about this on another show. Between the time I wanted to try a cigar and the time I actually tried it, there was a 2-year gap because I didn't want to go into a cigar shop because, and I didn't want somebody to just push a flavored cigar on me. And even still, actually not not lately, but up until a few years back, I'd go to a cigar store and people would ask me if I was buying from like my dad or my brother or my uncle or something. So now all of that's kind of like, it's changed a lot as, you know, female cigar smokers, because we've been around for a long time, as we feel like more comfortable to come out and go to shops and ask these questions with our more discerning palates. How much research, how long did it take from the conception of this idea to distribution for all of this to happen with your research and everything?
Over a year.
Wow.
Over a year. So yeah, it did take a lot of time. So a lot of work goes into each blend. It's not
to be a premium cigar, you know, you can't just roll tobacco leaves and sell what you got. You know, you really got to think of everything from, you know, structure, taste, flavor, you know, smoke, ash, everything. So we really take a lot of time into every blend of our cigars, and we really try and make each unique and stand out. So
yeah, gosh, I love that. It does take a lot of work. And you know, when you start talking about the blend, balancing the wrapper, binder, and the filler, it's not easy to get those, especially when you start rolling different sizes, that, you know, to get that balance between all of that, because you can't necessarily use the same amount of a particular tobacco in like a Toro that you would use in a Robusto or a Corona. What are your guys' favorite sizes, and what's the size range in your lines?
So my favorite, I have two. One is our Fabuloso, which is our gauge cigar. It's a 68 ring gauge, and which actually intimidates a lot of people. But it's a very, you know, people see the size of it and they're like, oh my gosh, I can't do that. We actually have one right here. You know, this is one of our biggest gauge cigars.
Oh, wow.
It's a 3-hour smoke.
Yeah, so a lot of people are very intimidated by that. But, you know, we put a lot of flavors in there. You know, you can taste, you know, vanilla, licorice, honey, all chocolate. Like there's just, we really try and combine the flavors so that they can fit into one. And my favorite is that one because it's also a medium strength cigar. So it's not harsh if you're a beginner smoker or not a beginner smoker. And yes, it's a big gauge, but it lasts for a very long time. So if you have a lot of people coming over and you're just relaxing on your porch or, you know, by your pool, it's a beautiful Saturday or Sunday evening activity to do, you know, with your friends or family.
You don't have to worry about time.
One would have to be, we have a Bomba Orange, which is a part of our Luxus collection. And that has a couple sweet notes like vanilla and honey as well in there in the blend. And that one's just a beautiful smoke from head to foot. You don't lose the flavor at all. It's relaxing and I love it.
I really like the shorter, bigger cigars. I like it like a intense, punchy flavor right from the get-go. So I love our double shot. So our cigars are bigger gauge cigars, and a lot of people don't necessarily understand why. And the reason why is because we use 100% long filler tobacco, and then we also use various different tobacco leaves in each blend. And the reason why is because get more flavor. We don't want to cut the flavor short. So we want as much flavor as possible in the cigars. And B, it's kind of a scientific thing because every single year your tobacco is different. Even if grown in the same, you know, plantation, the same soil, it differs every single year. So we can't have a blend, you know, one year taste differently from the next. So that's why we use multiple different leaves, is to create that consistent blend year round for all of our cigars. So yes, they are bigger gauge, but we did just come out with a line called the Gilgamesh collection, and those are 50 gauge cigars. So we're known for being bigger, and I personally like the bigger gauge, but we did just come out with the 50 gauge cigar. So our blends range from, we have the Precioso as well, which is like a 34 gauge. So that's our smallest one. And then it's up to the Fabuloso, which is almost a 70. So like I said, with over 40 different blends, we just have something for everybody.
Mhm.
Because we put so much work into the quality of each cigar, you know that it's going to be, you know, like the best of the best for whatever you're looking for.
Mhm.
So that's my personal favorite.
And you mentioned the double shot. Is that the one that you were talking about before we started our live broadcast? The one that's good in the morning?
No,
The shorter one?
So
What was that one you were
our
talking
lengths, our lengths in our cigars also differ. So we have this smallest
Yeah.
one, which is a
Love this.
12, and that's basically like we
Yeah.
like to call it our espresso shot. You know, you can smoke this in the morning. If you're, you know, in Vegas about to go gamble, you can just quickly smoke it, you know, right out in the lobby or anything like that. Or if you're by the pool, just really quickly.
Yeah.
That's our shortest smoke. And then our lengths differ from how long you would want to experience the cigar. So we have, you know, the shortest would be 20 minutes and the longest would be 3 to 4 hours.
I love that. You don't really see small cigars like that. And that's
Exactly. And we're always trying to do something different, you know, and you
like it.
trying to stand out and be unique. And that's like our main theme in our company. You know, we want to stand out. We want to be unique. We want to, you know, be on top. And
Mhm.
also we like to have variety, and unique is just such a strong word. You know, you can't just say unique and not be unique.
Not
There's
back it up.
variety in it, you know. You gotta have all these different levels to be able to actually be what someone would call unique.
Yeah. So tell us about the Epic of Gilgamesh. I see marketing for that like all over the place. Your guys' marketing game is strong. So but I see that all over. Like, tell me a little bit more about the blend and the story behind that. Because that is another, you know, unique is a strong word. Like you said, you have to back it up. So when you mention the Epic of Gilgamesh, like that's a strong story. So I want to hear a little bit about the story behind the cigar and the name.
Yeah. So, like I said, bigger gauge, and a lot of people wanted something smaller. So we decided to come out with a line which has two 50 gauge blends of the Aqua and New, and which is a medium bodied cigar. And then we have the Sable Samash, which is a fuller bodied cigar. And the reason why we named the collection the Epic of Gilgamesh is because so my family's Assyrian, so my father is Assyrian, and King Gilgamesh is known for being an Assyrian myth where he was, you know, the wisest king of all, and where he was always paving the way for new ideas, like new groundbreaking ideas. So we decided that we would name it that after our heritage, but also after just looking to kind of bring something new to the industry, because it's very much the same all around all the time. So we wanted to bring something new, and we wanted to do that with our product, with the wrappers, the boxes, the different blends that we have. So we try to just differentiate ourselves in different ways. And so, yeah, so we have two blends, and it just launched recently. So it's available. We have 7 retailers in the US. It's available at our retailers in the US. And then it's also available online on our website, which ships worldwide. Really good. Everyone loves the Aqua and New. That's the favorite. Anything else you want to add?
Yeah, we, you know, when we first launched the product, we even had, I don't want to call it a party, but we had like a tasting test with a bunch of groups, you know, and we didn't tell them which was which. We kind of just a blind taste test, and just all the comments that we got was, it's amazing, and like, I want to try the other one. And we didn't get a negative comment, you know, and that helps us in the future. You know, we really listen to the comments and what our customers like and what they want. You know, we heard that women were being intimidated, so we wanted them to share the spotlight with men. So we created the Alexandra collection. You know, some of our customers didn't like our bigger gauge, so we did this Gilgamesh with our first ever 50 gauge cigars. You know, we're always trying to set the standards, you know, and follow our customers' requests, really, you know, but staying true to our company and, you know, our message and stuff as well.
Yeah, no, I love it. And every single one like tells a story. And that is one of my personal favorite parts of this industry is our history and the stories that everybody has. You know, like your families, Alex, and you know, this whole El Septimo story, and this going back to like the census, and it goes, you know, things like that, and how people have tried to escape like Cuba, and it's just such a rich culture. So I love seeing brands continue to fall back on that in their own individual stories, especially if they didn't grow up in typical places where the cigar industry is so strong because of production, you know, like Nicaragua, Honduras, things like that.
Right.
You know, and you don't, there aren't a lot of Costa Rican cigars either, like on the market. You know, everybody does. So to see that is another one of the things that just falls to the uniqueness behind the brand and the story too.
Yeah.
Yeah, go ahead. Sorry.
I was just going to say something about our Gilgamesh line that a lot of people love about it is the construction of it. So the wrapper is beautiful. It's filled well, where it's not too firm, but it's not underfilled. It's an even smoke. So you see an even ash burning despite very little rotating. It's a nice dark sheen wrapper, no spots. The other thing about it is that when you smoke it, we'll have to send you some so you can try it, but when you smoke it, you see a really large white ash as opposed to like a dark colored ash. And a lot of people don't know, but when you have a white ash, it means that the soil had more nutrients as opposed to when you have a darker ash. And then the ash becomes pointed at the end of the smoke, which means that the center of the leaves are burning slower, which is what you want. So it makes kind of like a noticeable cone at the top. So a lot of people, upon initially just getting the cigars, they instantly can recognize, you know, it's really quality made, well made, and they're honestly delicious. Like they're just,
yeah,
they're tasty.
Tasty without being overpowering.
Yeah, this like this so far even. And the draw, I love the draw on I've smoked, this is the second one of yours that I've smoked. The draw has been like right exactly where I like it, and a good amount of smoke. I kind of like to be surrounded in smoke when I sit, you know, continue to experience like through the nose, you know, because that is the biggest part of taste is what you smell. So yeah, like kudos to you. I look forward to trying the Epic of Gilgamesh, like such a strong name. I know that's going to be a strong cigar, like not in strength, but like in experience, I should say. So I really look forward to trying that. Well, so now everybody's talking to you about everything, all the crazy stuff going on in the world right now with coronavirus. How has that impacted you guys?
Well, like any business that is leaning on digital marketing right now, it's kind of, you know, impacted anyone, but it is also a plus to us because we really want to spread our awareness over social media. And right now, with everyone being stuck at home on their phones and computers, that's actually been our most powerful tool right now. You know, going on social media, making videos, sending out emails, and just letting our customers know that, you know, we're still open, we're still available. We can, you know, we do no contact. We have an online website where you can get the cigars that you want. You know, we even have customer service that you can call in our LA headquarters, and we can answer questions and stuff. So like any business, it has been hard to, you know, with this Gilgamesh release, right when this pandemic kind of started, it was kind of hard marketing that because you have to be above, you know, the pandemic news, but everyone's listening to that. You know, you have to know where to put your message, in what target market is actually going to listen to it and see it, you know, and respond to that. So it's been tough, but social media has actually been our most powerful tool right now. So it's been good for us.
And people are home, so they're bored. So people are actually ordering El Septimo all the time right now because going crazy. You men need an escape. You know, you're stuck home with your wives. You need, so it's a nice escape to have while you're home.
yeah, this is why main reason why I'm glad I live alone. Like I don't have to worry about needing to escape from anybody except myself.
Right.
So, and sometimes I do, which is what the cigars are for, you know.
Mhm.
How has that impacted like your production or your factories at all?
Yeah, so our factory is closed right now, and so is our plantation, just to follow guidelines with everything happening. But we're hoping to reopen soon, and just hoping everyone stays safe and just follow the guidelines necessary. But we're still fulfilling all of our orders, so things are halted in a sense, but we're still serving all of our customers. So it impacts lives, unfortunately, but we're just trying to, I guess, get through it. Like
right, right, without going crazy.
Right.
Exactly.
Yeah.
How do you think this coronavirus will affect your strategy moving forward, like virtual events or things like that? Just continuing social marketing.
Yeah, if this does drag on a little bit longer, then, we will have to just resort to online and, letting our customers know, like, we can do a talk show or, different that we're supposed to be at could be online, which is a little bit harder for a lot of people, but technology is just so updated these days that it's just so easy to reach who we need to reach. So I think it'll just be 50-50 going forward if this does, presume our sales are still open. So, we're still fulfilling that. As Alex said, nothing has really dramatically changed, I would say.
Good. Yeah, that's good to hear.
Yeah.
It's been really interesting, like from my perspective, to see how everybody has really risen to the occasion and done more things like this. Like, and I can't tell you how many Zoom calls I've been on with other people in the industry, since we can't get together and, physically together and smoke anymore. Right. And it being such a social industry, like everybody is being really innovative and fun. And, shops, companies, bloggers, individuals are doing all these virtual herfs, which is really, honestly, it kind of reminds me of some of my first days smoking. We would, everybody is so spread apart, and, people, they'd still congregate in shops, but I feel like over the last decade and a half, it's turned into more of an experiential thing. And you see that with how shops are, popping up and mobile shops and things like that. You see this evolution of how people are smoking and getting together anyway. So this kind of gives me a little throwback to my first days, where we'd have, we'd get on, it wasn't video, but it was just audio chats with people. So now it's nice to just do things like this and be able to see everyone, again, and, play video games over Zoom.
Exactly. Thankful for technology and the internet that we can still be in contact with everyone.
Right.
It's been like a really good period, to like an educational period, as you were saying, because people are kind of resorting to other ways of communication that we weren't doing before when, everything was open. So I think it's been really great where people are, at home and reconnecting with people, like going out of your way to connect with people, but then also researching different brands and, trying different cigars at home. And, it's been like a nice educational period, I think.
Yeah, no, I love it. Good opportunity all around, especially doing this. I'm a big fan. This is why I love doing these and connecting with our manufacturers, so that, give everybody the opportunity to connect again in various ways. Paul, I just wanted to reintroduce you guys for Paul. Paul, we have Nina and Alex here from El Septimo, and we actually have several comments about your cigars in here too. Alex and Denise are fans, so I am too now. New fan. I just found out about you guys.
We love our fans.
Just found out about you guys this year when talking about the trade show and everything. So with you guys making as big of a splash as you are, so yeah, definitely see that in your future. Now, how are you guys personally coping with isolation and quarantine?
I'm mostly just staying home, taking that time to spend with my family. I mean, everyone's staying home right now, but
Yeah.
yeah, for me right now, I'm the only one working at my house, so that's affected that. I'm kind of the breadwinner right now. I joke around with
Oh,
my parents, I'll go to work, you relax, but it really has affected a lot of people, and being locked inside and not being able, especially now with summertime coming around, not being able to like go outside.
oh yes.
A lot of people are just sitting around and starting to think other things that they're distracted by, but we just got to remember that we're still in this together, and this isn't us individually. Everyone's impacted together as a whole, and we need to really stay together in this.
Yeah. What about you, Alex? Or you
I've
go?
I've been good. Roy McLaren, he's on this call. Shout out to Roy, but he makes fun of me because I say that I like to just hang out with my dogs. So, so quarantine hasn't affected much. I'm still just hanging out with my dogs, taking up new hobbies, I guess, like sewing and spending some quality family time.
Oh,
But, it has its pros and cons, but just trying to be positive and
right. Find little things to like pass the time. I've taken up some sewing projects too. So like well beyond my skill level, which is what I tend to do. Like I just go full in, if you're not in, you're out. So sorry.
You have time to learn now, so might as well learn.
Become a master at it.
I got myself like a paint by numbers, which
There you go.
yeah, like I've done like 3 colors because I had to get one that had like the tiniest little spaces because it was pretty. So what about you guys have any Netflix shows or anything you binge that you recommend?
I just finished The Office, but I think everyone watches that. Bachelor is a big thing in my family.
What is?
A Bachelor and Bachelor.
Oh.
And this new what's it called? Listen to Your Heart.
What is that one? I don't know.
It's basically just a group of musicians who are trying to make it in the world, but also trying to find love at the same time. So it's a competition, but then it's also a love show. So you find your partner while you make it big with them.
Oh, ooh.
So
that sounds interesting.
Exactly.
Potential drama. I've been into 90 Day Fiance.
Oh, that's a good
one. That's a good one.
Oh man, and I don't usually watch like reality TV, but this quarantine time, let me watch other people living their lives before all this happened. And while I'm sitting at home, you're home with your dogs, Alex. I'm home with my cats who are currently running around. Like I'm surprised they haven't tried to run behind me. They like to swat my painting, and because it's always crooked. Because they like to play with it. But yeah. What else can you guys tell me about yourselves? So, or how to get in touch with you guys or El Septimo on social media, things like that. What do any new releases coming out, things that they can look forward to?
Yeah, so we just released the Gilgamesh, so that one's available. No new cigar blends coming out anytime soon, but we do have our accessory line coming out soon. So we have some really beautiful accessories that we're making that, are unlike anything you've ever seen. We are making 18 karat gold limited edition lighters that come in with rubies and emeralds and sapphires, and they come in beautiful like crocodile travel case. We have marble humidors that are coming out. So we have a ton of really cool accessories that are coming out. We're really big on digital marketing. So you can visit our website. You can buy cigars online, and our website is pretty good at explaining everything because we have over 40 blends. Look at each cigar and get specifics on, what is this cigar going to taste like? How strong is it? How long will it last? So we do a good job at kind of describing every blend for you. Yeah. You can learn more about our history and our plantation on our website as well. And then we are big on social media. So you can follow us on Instagram, on Facebook. at El Septimo Cigars, and we come out with videos. We have a YouTube channel. We have a blog we just started, so
good.
we'll try to release a new blog posting and kind of just introduce people to our brand slowly. You know, like if you like this, you should smoke this cigar, or this is how you should cut and light our cigar. So kind of introductory material for people just learning about us. But yeah, we're available, as I said, in 7 locations in the US. So we're in California, Arizona, New York. Where else are we? We're at Cedar Room Cigar Lounge in Arizona. You can go to Cigar King, Luxury Cigar Club, Conquistador Parlor. So you can visit our website and, you know, see, or you can just shop online.
And we have other locations throughout Europe. So we're really known as like the Rolls Royce of cigars throughout Europe. And the biggest thing, you know, part of our job, marketing this company and this name and this cigar is we wanted to bring that globally, you know, worldwide. So we've done that within, you know, the last year in the US now, where we have partnerships throughout these different retail stores. And we're trying to do that throughout different states and different countries.
Yeah.
Any in Italy? We have somebody in the comments from Italy.
Not yet.
Yeah. But you ship worldwide.
We ship worldwide. Exactly. And you can go online to our locations and see, you know, if there's a retail store near you. And if not, then you can just order online.
And we have people, you know, on the floor working, even despite everything going on right now, so that once things open up, El Septimo will be more available to everybody, you know, in more locations worldwide. So we're getting there.
Yeah, of course. No, I look forward to it because these cigars are fantastic. So thank you for giving me the opportunity to experience the brands. I have a couple more here. I'm so excited.
Yeah,
so excited to smoke. I'm gonna try not to smoke them all in like 1 week. Like
exactly.
But that's gonna be hard. Anything else? Anybody in the comments have questions? Or Scott, do you have anything that you wanna add? Or you all, anything else you wanna tell us about yourselves or your brand?
Just thank you for having us, and I hope we explained it well for you guys. Just a little
Absolutely.
bit about our brand and, you know, how we try to create something special for all of you. But yeah, visit our website and let us know what you think. And hope you try our cigars.
Look for El Septimo everywhere on all media.
Coming soon.
Yeah, I just want to say thanks again for coming on and doing the show. It's been great. I've really learned a lot about your company, the background, and that history is fascinating. And so I'm very much looking forward to trying the cigars as well. You've done a great job. I'm salivating over here because now I really want to smoke one. So you've done a very good job. And so I look forward to getting my hands on some El Septimos very soon. So
yes,
just stay safe. And we very much look forward to a time where we can actually sit down and enjoy a cigar. If you're ever in DC, we've got our townhouse and we welcome you there, and we can, it'd be great even to do another event. We do education series at the townhouse where we talk about different aspects of the industry, and we use it as a platform to teach folks who work on Capitol Hill what the industry is all about. So it helps inform them as they're making decisions, policy decisions that impact the industry, that they truly understand our industry and why it's different and unique and special. So that would, you're more than welcome to come and join us for one of those where they could learn more about your business.
That'd be awesome. Yeah.
They're so much fun. They're great educational tools.
Yeah, it's quickly become sort of the place to be on Capitol Hill. So we've really appreciated the fact that all the work the staff has done to get that there. So it's a lot of fun. And so we generally have anywhere from 5 to 15 or so congressmen, senators, and their staffers that come, and so it's a lot of fun. Right. Yeah. So and we actually we get consumer groups that end up coming too, and some different folks. So it's a really good mix. I mean, it's everything you would expect a cigar lounge experience to be, right? Everybody from different backgrounds, socioeconomic, everything else. It's all there, and then you got the splash of the politics involved. So
very cool.
Yeah. Hi, Al. I want to shout out to Al.
Al.
And Alan wants to know what the show tomorrow. What are we going on, Scott?
So tomorrow's a good one. And spread the word far and wide for retailers, because tomorrow's going to be a little bit of a special circumstance. So we've got Dave Garofalo is going to be on. He's going to be joined by Harris Saunders and Alec Rubiera. And we're going to take a look at ways retailers can and have been using their online stores to help boost their store sales in the midst of all of this. And the angle that we're taking here, guys, is not how are you guys going to get an online shop and ship everywhere, because that's not what we're talking about. Retailers don't want to get set up for that and OTP and everything else. We're looking at what are ways in which you can use your website now to help with your sales and augment sales as you're facing the pandemic. Alec is going to give his take on it because he had to get a website up within just a matter of days. And Harris is revamping his right now. And Dave Garofalo at Two Guys has an exemplary store where he really does focus and cater on people that are in the community and getting the cigars to those folks in the community. So it's going to be a really interesting, and I'd love to be able to get the retailer community watching so that if you guys have ideas or things that you're doing, you can add them in the comments. And I just want a really big virtual discussion about how we can leverage these tools to help you guys continue to sell more in this time. So that's what we're looking at for tomorrow.
Awesome.
All right.
Thank you guys. It's been wonderful
Thank
chatting
you
with
so
you.
much.
Yeah,
Thanks,
we'll chat
everyone.
again soon.
Absolutely. Take care.
Awesome.
Great to
Stay
meet you.
safe.
Thanks, guys.
Bye.
Everybody have a great
Bye.
afternoon. Thanks.
You too. Thank you.
you.